Hello, I'm Professor Helen Riddell, and I'd like to share with you information about the Chronic Airways Assessment Test, or CAAT, a new questionnaire for assessing health status in patients with asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD, or who have both asthma and COPD. I will also tell you about how the CAAT works in patients with asthma and/or COPD in the novelty study. The Chronic Airways Assessment Test, or CAAT, is a new 8-item tool to assess respiratory health status across asthma and/or COPD. Clinicians and researchers need easy-to-administer questionnaires for assessing health status in respiratory disease for use in normal patient care and in research studies. Asthma and COPD are airway diseases that sometimes have similar symptoms, and the features of both can be present in one person. However, there are some limitations with the existing questionnaires that cover both conditions, such as those shown on the screen. There was a need for a single, practical, standardized health status measure for use in both asthma and/or COPD. The new CAAT was adapted from the original COPD assessment test by a small change, replacing COPD-specific wording to make it suitable for use in people with asthma too. The questions and responses and the scoring are exactly the same. Because the new Chronic Airways Assessment Test will eventually replace the original COPD assessment test, we will pronounce them the same, CAAT. The new CAAT has the same permissions for use as the original COPD assessment test. For healthcare professionals and researchers, we published detailed information about the new and old CAATs in the journal Respiratory Research. In the study, we evaluated whether the new CAAT was appropriately measuring health status in asthma and/or COPD, a process known as psychometric validation, using a random sample of patients from the novelty study who had completed the CAAT at baseline. Novelty is a large, real-world observational study of patients with physician-assigned diagnoses of asthma and/or COPD. Our results showed good internal consistency, meaning that the new CAAT measured the same general information as the original CAAT in each diagnostic group. There was evidence of structural and measurement invariance, meaning that the new CAAT performed similarly across diagnostic groups. There was similar health impairment in asthma and COPD, and no consistent differences between the original CAAT and the new CAAT in those with COPD. And in addition, there were moderate to strong correlations with other patient-reported outcome measures. So why should we use the CAAT? It is patient-centric, capturing the patient's experience of living with obstructive lung disease, regardless of their diagnostic label. The psychometric validation to date has been completed in asthma and in COPD. For asthma, it includes impacts of this condition that are not included in conventional asthma tools. We should also use the CAAT because of its brevity. It takes only 2 to 3 minutes to complete, and its easy to interpret scoring make it suitable for use in routine clinical practice, as well as in a wide range of studies. Finally, the CAAT is practical, offering standardized assessment of respiratory disease health status across a range of diagnoses. If you would like to use the CAAT, more information about it can be found via the website of the Global Allergy and Airways Patient Platform, or GAP, or the MAPI Research Trust website shown on the screen. The GAP website can be accessed via the QR code. Translations of the CAAT are also available on the GAP website or from the MAPI Research Trust, and more are being added. Thank you for watching.